Welcome, everybody. We are back at the end of day 2. Welcome to the end of the day for our day 2 of the physical pillars. This is all about sleep, activity, and nutrition. I'm Matt Reeman, founder of Shay, and we really hope that you're enjoying the Global Wellness Challenge so far. We hope that today you've had a chance to dive a little bit deep into Shay and to connect with some of the things that are going to be really good for you to be healthy and happy. And this little segment that we're having right now at the end of each day from about 3:30 to 5 p.m. Pacific time, USA, is just to recap the day, to really drop down and deep and really consolidate the learnings from each day. And today, the theme again is sleep, activity, and nutrition. And if you missed the sessions this morning, there's live streams in your app, there's live streams on the Facebook page for Unify, and there's live streams in the Facebook group, and I know lots of other places all over the world. So thank you for connecting in here. Thank you for making the time to be here. And we're really excited to be on this journey with you and to support you with your mental health. So without any further ado, I'm just going to actually invite Anne Larson again to bring us into a beautiful space of connection. She's here to take us through all the meditations for this week. And I hope you've enjoyed the sessions so far with Anne. I know everybody always does because she's phenomenal. So Anne, thank you so much for being here with that for us today. And I'm just going to hand over to you to take us through this session. Thank you so much for being here.
Welcome to meditation and reflection on what it has been like to pay attention to the way that we've been treating our body in the last 24 hours or 48 or the last week or months or years. What has it been like to really set an intention around how you're going to sleep, engage in activity, and how you're going to ingest nutrients throughout the day? What is it really like when you have started to care for your physical self in that way? Because we know that caring for your physical self forms the foundation for then how we're influencing our mind, our mental health, our sense of well-being. And then once we have that platform of wellness, happiness, joy, once we can really be attached to our values and our preferences, our desires for our life, once we're able to do that, then we can share those with the rest of the world. So right now, if you can, please close your eyes. If not, please just pay attention to my voice and set an intention that you will get everything from this meditation that you need. So push your feet into the ground. And we're just going to begin by taking your attention to your breath. Having your attention on your breath really brings an internal focus. So to keep your intention to be on your body. Notice the air coming into your nose and back out again. Notice what the air feels like as it leaves your nostrils. Does it feel slightly warmer than when you breathe that air in? Just pay attention. You don't need to consciously change your breathing, but you may notice that your breath softens and deepens. And you may find that you're breathing longer on the out breath than the in breath. And now we're going to embark on the journey to your sacred space, where you see yourself walking, maybe through a forest, on some sort of path. You could be on a beach. You could be in the sky. The clouds could be your stepping stones. You could be in the universe, with the celestial bodies being your stepping stones. It's wherever you find this very special sacred space that is only for you. And now as you walk towards that, notice what is there. What is in this space? Completely embody this space. Firstly, what do you see? Any bodies of water? Any trees? What is the nature like in this place? Or are you in the sky? Are you out in the universe? What can you hear? Are there any birds or animals? Can you hear the wind as it blows through the leaves or the grasses? Is it completely silent? And what can you feel? What are the sensations in your body? Can you feel a breeze on your skin? Can you feel any clothes against your body? What does it feel like beneath your feet? Are you warm or cool? And now that you're really in this sacred space, create that special place of contemplation and walk to that now. It could be within a building, it could be cushions or a sofa thrown over the ground. Anything that feels right and comfortable for you. And could be that you wish to continue walking, that's how you contemplate best. And now that we're in this space, either in your imagination or on a screen that's thrown up in front of you, I want you to now reflect on this past time when you have thought about what you're going to do. You've set an intention for your sleep, for your activity, and for your nutrition, and reflect on what that has meant for you. Perhaps how easy or difficult you found that. So whilst keeping your attention on your breath, and just remember that if you feel any discomfort when you're doing this, to just keep your attention on your breath. You could, if you wanted to, you could do some muscle contraction where it's feeling very tense, just tense it up a little bit more. And on the out breath, release that. If you feel like it's hard to get rid of that attention just by focusing on your breath. So what has this day been like, or this past time? Firstly, sleep. Remember your intention of what you wanted to do with your sleep, and then now contemplate, how did that go for you? How did you feel when you woke up? Did you have very much energy in the day? Did you have clarity and focus? And when it came time to wind down in the evening, what did you do? Did you notice that there were some habits that got in the way, even though you had a really strong intention to turn off whatever bit of screen time you were doing? Did you find that you'd said to yourself, well, at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, I'm going to turn that off? And then you got to that time and you found it really difficult. Did that happen for you? If that happened, now is the time to plan for the next time. What is it that you could say to yourself at that time? Why is this so important? I love the idea that if you don't actually do something, then you don't really know it. So what don't you know? Are you not really sure that turning off whatever that screen is really going to help you sleep better? Are you not really sure whether getting more sleep is going to have you feeling great, more productive, more loving, more kind, more at peace? Understand that motivation. And then reset your intention to sleep better. Or did you find it really easy? You loved it. You turned off the screen. You told everyone in your family or in your household that you really wanted to have a peaceful lead up to going to bed. And everyone was really happy about that because they also want to have a peaceful lead up going to bed. And can you feel what that was like? To get into your bed and lie there comfortably, knowing that you'd spent that time winding down and feeling great and being in the best possible place to have the most wonderful sleep, to go into deep sleep and then be able to dream after that, allowing the importance of dreaming, or what we call REM sleep. It's so important because our brain gets to integrate, it gets to think about in a special way what's been happening in the day and help you really make sense of that. It's a lovely window into our unconscious when we are able to dream and remember our dreams. And then again, think about what that was like when you woke up and how wonderful you felt after that great night's sleep. Now, what about activity? Reflect on how you moved your body in that day. Number one, I'm going to ask you, did you move it? But number two is, did you enjoy that? And what did that feel like? Now, when I ask that, if you're thinking, well, I did move my body, but I didn't like it. Well, there's two options there. That could be because you need to move your body in a different way, or it could be because you need to build a new habit. You are the best judge of that. If you did move your body, what made that easy for you? What did you notice? Did you notice that you love moving your body when you're with another group of people, or at least with one other person? Did you love that? Well, then now you know what your body loves. It loves to be with other people. Did you notice that what you did was set yourself a challenge? That could be a challenge against someone else or a challenge for yourself. And you met that and you felt wonderful because of that. Was the challenge important to you? Or did you notice that you really love exercising and moving in nature? And going for a walk or a hike, being fairly silent except for the sound of the birds and the trees or the water around you. Did that feel good for you? And maybe you notice that some other people like to do it differently. You might have been for a walk and you'll see other people going past with earbuds in. And you might be thinking, oh, they're missing out on nature, but they're just different. They love to have that extra stimulation. So if you love that, if you want to listen to music or your favorite podcast while you're moving your body, that is also wonderful. But what worked for you? If you moved your body, what worked for you? And when did it feel best? Did you notice that? Was there any time in the day where you noticed, oh, my body felt really strong? I felt really, really good about that. And how did you feel when you went to bed? Did you feel like you'd moved your body enough? Do you think that you moved often enough, even if you didn't engage in any classic exercise? Did you get up so that you weren't just in a stationary position the whole day? Or maybe you might be reflecting that maybe you pushed it a little bit too hard today. And that's okay too. This is what this reflection is about. Was this good for my body? Is what I did today great for my body? And then nutrition. How did you feed yourself? And how did that feel? Go back to the first meal that you had in the day. Do you think you approached that meal with some mindfulness? Were you able to prepare it mindfully? Were you able to be grateful that you have this food that you are going to be able to ingest and to be so wonderful for your body? Or did you find that you just didn't have time and you spent no time planning and you had to grab something? And if you did do that, if that was that something that was good for your body or not good for your body? How did your gut feel after you did that? Because our gut is often a great guide, that if we eat and we feel good and we digest that really well and it goes through our body, then often this is a sign that this is a really good thing. Or were there times that you ate something, and you felt some pain in your stomach, some bloating? Did you have any reflux because of that food? Notice that, because now you've learned something really, really important about yourself. And as you think about as you ate through the day, were there times where you felt like you had more time to prepare? Were there some meals that you just really enjoyed more? Was there something that you particularly loved the taste of? It's being very good to yourself if you can eat something that nourishes your body and it tastes wonderful, that makes you feel really great. This is a wonderful reward to have in your life. And we know it's so important because these building blocks of nutrition are what our gut is using to create so many of the molecules and the neurotransmitters that we need to support our state of mind, to support our peace of mind. Our body needs those building blocks. So if with this contemplation, you'll be feeling really happy with yourself, or if you're feeling like, oh, maybe I could have done better, that's also wonderful. Doesn't matter what the outcome is. You've brought your attention to that. So now, knowing that you're re-establishing this intention and this vision of how you want to sleep, engage in activity, and nourish your body. You have a clear vision for that. You've created that. So now, as we're going to leave your sacred space, you are bringing that intention with you again. So push your feet into the floor. Picture yourself leaving that sacred space. Have your attention to your breath and see yourself walking back to where you are now in the present moment. And take 3 deep breaths. As you're breathing, feel that vision and that intention for caring for this body, this amazing creation.
Thank you so much, Anne, for this beautiful space that we're in, and thank you all for being here. It's such a pleasure to just ground ourselves at the end of a busy day, no doubt, that we're here just together on this journey and enjoying this space together of support, of safety, and having a conversation and experience around mental health and the things that matter the most. And I'm just going to share my screen here and build a little bit more on what Anne has covered just now and taken us through from a personal place of reflection. And I want to make sure that we can just tangibly ground those things just a little bit more into to what we've experienced today, and our pillars of physical health and our focus that's been there. And this has been the main focus on sleep, on activity and nutrition. And I just want to just check in again to see where you've been today and how you've been focused on things today. Sleep is the thing that's coming up. It's again, depending on where you are in the world, we're talking Pacific time at the moment, but sleep has either just been for you or just about to come for you. And if it is, are you going to be getting enough sleep tonight? Is this the goal that you set? Is this something that's important to you in your life? And most importantly, the sleep hygiene. Is this something you're making sure that you're prepping yourself and preparing yourself before sleep to make sure that that's a beautiful night's sleep that you're going to get? And again, this is all part of the journey in Shay that's here. It's the best time windows to go to sleep. You can log into the section in your lifestyle section or your genius section. It'll be able to share with you the best windows to go to sleep tonight if you're about to go to sleep. And I really encourage you and invite you to try and connect there as you go to sleep tonight, and make those windows work for you. It's the best window for your biology. Make sure that you get there if you can. And of course, the things to do beforehand, it'll show you in this section here. They're literally the 3 steps to do as you lead in towards bed, so that your body can start to wind down in the right way, so your mind can be prepared for a really good night's sleep. So that's our sleep conversation. In the food, how have you been with food today? Okay, so again, the right foods at the right time is the conversation. And what are you aware of now that you weren't before? If you've been able to be in Shay and have a look there at the timings that work for you, what actually shows up for you in terms of the time of the day. This is some things that we're looking specifically. Are you supposed to be taking it slow in the mornings? So this is the fitness one. The fitness we'll do now. So coming through, moving your body. Sorry, are you able to move your body so far today? Have you been taking it slow in the morning? Have you been working hard in the morning? We have a beautiful exercise session coming up a little bit later on today. We've got our speaker next, and then after that we've got an exercise session live for you to join in with. It's going to be a cardio class for anyone who wants to join along with that. But again, inside of your app here is perfect amounts for the timing, for the type of workouts that are really good for you, and wherever you want to go exploring and how deep you want to go, Shay's got you covered in those aspects there. So just to pick a time slot, we've got a 30-minute cardio class that's coming up in just about, I think about 30 to 45 minutes from now. And we really invite you to join in with that as much as you want to in that way. And of course, the food side of things. So we just covered the exercise. The foods, how are we looking for the foods today? How have you been with the choices that you've made today? Have you been mindful in what's being put inside of your body? And what can you do to continue to improve that over the next 10 days together? So this is, again, Shay has you covered. So get into your app, have a look around, look at the timing of the food for you. Everybody's very, very different in terms of what works for you, specific times of the day, what types of food are good for you, even the way your food is prepared, raw food versus steamed food versus dehydrated versus cooked or whatever it might be. This is really important, and it's got very specific information there about the foods that are going to be really working for your body and your mind right now, and those that aren't going to be so good for them. So again, we invite you today just to reflect on how you've been today with your choices in your food area, in your nutrition, in your exercise choices, and also in your sleep habits coming into tonight. So really it comes down to, have you been able to make a small change today? Everything starts with small changes. Our big, long, healthy behavior changes and healthy habits start with small little steps. Have you made a change today, or have you made a plan for future changes, or both of the above, which is what is the ultimate goal here. And as you come down here, what accountability have you created to help to start or to continue achieving that change that you want to see in your life? Maybe it's something that you've got internally that you're writing notes down in your journal section in your app. Maybe you've got some friends and a support network at home that's going to be helping to cheer you along. Maybe you're putting it out on your socials to hold yourself accountable to everybody else out there. But either way, just please make sure that you've got someone accountable, whether it's yourself or others. Share this socially, get others involved. It's a really great cause, and we're really excited to be here on the journey with you. So just a quick little snippet for tomorrow of what to expect. This is coming through. Stress and resilience is our theme for tomorrow, and really all around mindfulness and mental well-being. We're going to be diving deep into the lifestyle section of Shay tomorrow. So again, once you've had a good night's sleep, just have a look around in the social sections. You'll see some amazing insights about social connections and the things that are going to help keep you in flow and avoid stress. There's amazing tips here about your indoor environments and your outdoor environments that are going to really work with you to help keep things healthy and safe. There's some incredible insights here about how your mind works and the ways to be more mindful, and the things that will help keep you in your zone based on your neurotype and neurofrequencies. It's really quite amazing. And the genius section there that just helps you understand how you're naturally built and the capacity that you have to really live your fullest potential while you're here on this in this life's journey. So I really invite you to dive deep into those sections tomorrow. And right now we're going to be just enjoying a conversation with an amazing speaker who's coming on right now. And I'm really excited to announce our next speaker. So we'll be welcoming to the stage Ritchie. Rick has worked in the fitness industry since 2002 as a trainer. He's a licensed therapist, a college and university adjunct professor. He's a NASM faculty instructor, author and creator of the Type 2 Diabetes Fitness Specialist course for the MedFit Education Network. He's presented at numerous fitness conferences within the US and internationally. As an entrepreneur, he's the owner of Independent Training Spot, an NYC-based personal training gyms, and co-owns Recover, a recovery business focused on minimizing physical and cognitive stress. Rick hosts the NASM CPT podcast and holds a master's degree in exercise science and a doctorate in health science. We're really excited to be welcoming Rick today to the stage. She's going to be talking about us playing an active role in our wellness journey. Rick, thank you so much for being here and making the time to guide us today on this journey.
Thank you, Matt. I really appreciate it. And you have such wonderful slides, and I don't. However, I will be doing a presentation. I just want to talk to people about this idea of playing an active role in your wellness journey. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the time and what you've put together. Thank you to Shea Wellness for this 10-day challenge. And thanks for being a part of it. Again, my name is Ritchie, and I'm based in New York City. And I have a doctorate in health science and master's in exercise science. And I'm really looking forward to working with you and talking to you about this process of physical activity and that role that it plays in your wellness journey. So again, thank you to Shea Virtual Health Assistant. Thank you to Physical Health Alliance and to my friend, Dr. Cam McDonald, for reaching out to me to be a part of this. All right. Listen, I want to start with this. Have you ever noticed, and you don't have to be an exerciser to notice this at all, but like, if you ever notice that people who work out regularly tend to not only just be happy, but they also like to tell everybody they know about it. They want to share everything about what they're doing, and it doesn't matter if it's CrossFit or mall walkers or distance runners or kayakers or yoga climbers, rock climbers, yoga, Pilates, jiu-jitsu, Ninja Warrior. It doesn't matter. People love it. People love to move. And here's the thing. For those who don't love movement and physical activity, I have a very hard time connecting with that and saying, oh, I get it. Because we a lot of times have built a very difficult relationship with movement. I remember when I was in middle school and on into high school, and probably elementary too, we had to run the mile, which is, not quite a long distance, but it's not a short distance. It was 1,600 meters. And so, and when we ran the mile, there were some people who were really good at it and some people who disdained it. And then what? They associate that lack of being able to accomplish something, not being able to get a good time, having a difficult time running this distance and saying this just isn't for me. And maybe it's the same thing when they did kickball or foursquare or whatever childhood games that were played with physical activity, because we didn't meet them where they were. We didn't connect with them and where they were. And so there's this kind of disdain for physical activity. So I want to talk about physical activity and how that creates some positive mental outcomes. And then I want to really get into some research about it. And then let's talk about finding the sweet spot for your current activity threshold. So it's not running the mile, or it's not playing kickball, or it's not going to that cycling class that everybody loves so much. That might not be you. That may not be your thing, and that's okay. That's fine. And then we're going to look at making a flexible plan for moving throughout the day, because I am less concerned about taking 30 minutes of your day, 45 minutes, an hour of your day and doing a good solid workout. And I'm more concerned with just more physical activity throughout the day. And there's a very important reason for that. There's a lot of great research that supports it. And here's the other thing too. Sedentary behaviors are catastrophic for our society. And they've proven to be very dangerous for our health. Not sitting, but sedentary behaviors, long periods of sitting. And here the research also shows that you can exercise regularly and still be sedentary. So tell that to all your super active friends that go and sit down for the rest of the day and don't get up, but they said they got that 6 a.m. class in. Well, that may not be doing as much as you actually think it's doing. It's very helpful, but what's really helpful is more movement, mild movement throughout the day. So we'll talk about making a flexible plan about moving more throughout the day. All right, first now, we should probably talk about wellness and identify what that is. So we talk about wellness and well-being, and they're associated, and by their roots, they have the same name. But I like the National Academy of Sports Medicine's definition of wellness. And this is wellness. It is an individual's personal journey toward the mental, physical, social, and emotional betterment of life. So we look at this component where we are trying to figure out through movement, how can we help associate that movement with a better mental position? Certainly it works with physical, but it is social components of physical activity, the emotional components where we use movement to increase our life betterment, our wellness. And so that's your personal journey. And the thing is, it's hard for somebody to say, this is what you're supposed to do for your wellness journey. You need to run, you need to be physically active 150 minutes a week. And that might be true. You might need to be physically active, and that might help. Sorry, I think there's somebody showing up at my door. I knew this was going to happen. Let me see just a moment as my dog is going crazy. Here we go. Wellness and health. Look, we talked about wellness as a journey that is needed, but we also look at health. And health, by definition, is the state of complete physical, mental, and social wellness, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. And we look at that as the WHO's definition of health. And that is not just improbable to be healthy then, it is impossible for many people. And it's not without its bumps along the way. So we can be healthy in one aspect of our life, and then we can be unhealthy in other aspects. But does it associate with your personal journey towards wellness? And so part of that personal journey is something we refer to as a wellness vision. It is a picture. It is a picture and description of your best, healthiest version of yourself. What do you see in your wellness vision? And what does that include? What does it include without your activity? What does your activity look like? What does your movement look like? How do you feel when you look at your wellness vision? Where are you emotionally? Where are you mentally? Where are you cognitively? Where are you on the planet? Are you in your home? Are you outdoors? Are you with family? What does that wellness vision look like for you? And I 100% believe this wellness vision has regular movement and regular physical activity associated with it. And we can look at that and say, yes, sleep is important. And it is, but I'm not here to talk about sleep, and nutrition, absolutely important. I'm not here to focus on nutrition, but where does physical activity help to support it? And I think that it's important to look at it, but what does movement look like to you in that wellness vision? Does it look like running? Is it lifting weights? Is it battle ropes or jump rope or climbing ropes or rope-a-dope, or I don't know, whatever? Are they in line with your vision of what you want to do? Or is that just the idea of what it is that you think you're supposed to do? Because here's the thing, it doesn't have to be extremely challenging. And I think the problem is in a lot of people's heads, in order to have this wellness vision through movement, that we have to move a lot. We have to move with great intensity. We have to sweat and get our heart rate up. And those can be valuable and those can contribute, but that might not be where you are. And so that vision is you, that person running the mile. And there are the people that are running the mile in front of you, and they're doing it quickly and they don't have any problems. And then you look at yourself and you're struggling and it's very hard to move your legs that fast. And your heart is thumping in your chest and you're wondering if this is something that you're even able to do. And I certainly don't like doing it, but this is what I'm supposed to do. It's not. That's not. We got to take the supposed to's out of here. And we have to find with what we really supposed to do is find out what it is you can do. Where are you along your physical activity journey? Where does movement fit in currently in your life? And maybe eventually your currently will turn into being able to run a mile or being able to run even more than a mile. But if that's not where you are now, what likely happens and what commonly happens is we say, I'm supposed to be able to run this much or do this kind of lifting, and I can't do it at all. So I'm not going to do anything. And I'm going to say right now that is a slippery slope, because the benefits of regular physical activity and movement. Notice that I don't say exercise very much when I'm referring to this, because exercise is that structured, planned, physical activity that you do for this long and you've designed it out. This is what you're going to do. But physical activity and movement is just getting up and being more active throughout the day and taking the stairs and all of these things that we've heard. Maybe get off the elevator a flight or two, a floor or two early, or when you're taking the train, get off a stop early so you can walk, using a standing desk, the treadmill desk, and pacing when you're on the phone. All of those things are actually really good. In fact, some research even shows that fidgeting, just fidgeting, people that shake their legs and bounce their legs a lot when they're maybe talking on the phone or talking with somebody, having a conversation, that is considered physical activity and it is beneficial. There was a wonderful study with some housekeepers and in the US, and they had it separated where one group of housekeepers were told what they did wasn't enough to meet the suggested amount of physical activity. And it's a relatively physically active job to be a housekeeper at a hotel. A lot of moving things, pushing carts, changing sheets, moving things side to side, bringing all this stuff. One group was told that they did get the recommended allowance of exercise that they're supposed to get every day. And what you actually saw between the two groups over the course of the study is that the people who were told that they were not doing enough actually had decreases in their health parameters. And some of those could have been so a negative association. So like their heart rate went up, their weight went up, cholesterol. But we saw with the group that were told that they were doing enough, that they lost weight, that their heart rate got better, that their dyslipidemia had gotten better. And these are really fascinating components of the study, because what I believe happened is that these people who believed they were doing enough used that to do even more. I am enough. I'm doing enough. I can do this. As opposed to the people who were told they weren't doing enough and their feet hurt and their back hurt, and they still aren't getting what they need to do as part of physical activity. And so that, I think, was difficult. Well, your movement doesn't have to be extremely challenging. I think that's important to point out. I want to continue to drive that home. The CDC and the Health and Human Services in the US, they talk about the 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity a week. And that 150 minutes, it's not a lot. It's 3 to 6 METs or metabolic equivalents. So that could be something as much as just like walking, but at a relatively quick pace. So not a run, not a jog, but just, a brisk walk. Be raking the leaves out of the yard. It could be cycling on a flat without putting too much effort in. But that's 150 minutes a week. But if I tell you do 150 minutes a week and you're like, okay, well, I'm currently doing 0 minutes a week, That's a big jump to 150 minutes a week. So what am I supposed to do here? And people take that as a moment to say, if I can't do 150, which is what I'm supposed to do, then I might as well do nothing. And 15 minutes will get you closer to 150 than 0. And it's not that 150 should necessarily even be the goal for you right now. The goal is, what movement can I do that helps me, that brings light to my eyes and life to my soul, not something that weighs on me, that challenges me and in a way that makes me uncomfortable, that makes me feel defeated. That's not what movement is for us. That's not what physical activity should be for us. So if you think you're supposed to do all of these hard, difficult, challenging exercises, then I'd like to point out there's a study by Ginevra Verana et al. 2016, Yoga and Physical Exercise, a review and comparison when it comes to kind of our psychiatric outcomes. It's the International Review of Psychiatry. And here's what it said. When you did yoga and other physical activity. So it says this, here's a quote from the paper. Evidence suggests that yoga interventions appear to be equal and or superior to exercise in most outcome measures. Emphasis on breath regulation, mindfulness during practice, and the importance given to the maintenance of posture are some of the elements which differentiate yoga practice from physical exercise. And that gives an excellent psychiatric, from the International Review of Psychiatry, psychiatric outcome from doing what? From doing yoga, right? Not from doing ninja warrior courses and mud runs and all of these wild things that can be very challenging. It's not that yoga isn't and can't be challenging, but that's not how we usually look at yoga and think about it, and that it is an exercise that supports us. So is Tai Chi. Tai Chi. Wong et al. 2014 talks about the effects of Tai Chi on depression, anxiety, and psychological well-being. This is a systematic review and a meta-analysis in the International Journal of Behavior Medicine. This is just the line I want to pull from it and share with you. It says, studies in this review demonstrated that Tai Chi interventions have beneficial effects for various populations on a range of psychological well-being measures. Those measures include depression, anxiety, general stress management, and self-efficacy. From what? From doing Tai Chi. From doing battling ropes and high-intensity interval training classes? No, from doing Tai Chi. What about Pilates? Bulo et al. 2015, the effects of Pilates exercise training on physical fitness and well-being, and this is particularly in the elderly. Another systematic review, and it concluded that said Pilates exercise training should be taken into account as a way to improve quality of life in the elderly due to the imparted benefits of fall prevention, physical fitness, and mood stress. And mood states. And so the mood states are benefited in this. In this context, it says physicians might include Pilates exercise training as a tool for exercise prescription for the elderly. It's there. The movement is there. The most intense, no, move. Physical activity. Move your body. Be active throughout the day. Find something that you like. And if you have to just start with something you can tolerate, just start there. Just start there. We're going to dig into it a little bit more, but I do want to talk about something else. This is and this is important, and I think it's important because of today's topics, which it's day 2, pillars of health, sleep, activity, and nutrition. So I want to spend the time focusing on activity, but this review went into sleep, activity, and nutrition. So this is by Hosker, Elkins, and Potter in 2019. This was done in the child and adolescent psychiatric clinics in North America. And here it is, promoting mental health and wellness in youth through physical activity, nutrition, and sleep. Here are the key points that I want to point out to you. From 3 to 5 days of moderate to vigorous aerobic exercise for 45 to 60 minutes, this confers benefits to youth physical and mental wellness. Additional benefits are seen with sports participation. So sports participation, which may include social components, some emotional components, team building, and that can assist with some of the mental wellness, but it also increases the amount of physical activity that you do. What if your child, your youth in this situation is like, hey, 45 minutes to 60 minutes, 3 to 5 days is too much. 3 to 5 days a week. What am I supposed to do? Something. Find something. It doesn't have to be a lot, but something that can be built upon. And we're going to talk about what that means to build on those successes in just a moment. The study goes on to show that there are nutritional patterns that are high in a variety of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, seafood, nuts, moderate in low-fat dairy products, low in red meat, and very limited in processed foods, saturated in trans fats, added sugars, sodium has been associated with it, and sodium, which have all been associated with mental health outcomes across the lifespan. So there are the nutritional patterns that are there. And then the last one, which is following age-appropriate recommendations for sleep duration, is associated with improvements in mental health and well-being. Engaging in consistent and calming bedtime routines, creating a restful and comforting sleep environment, and ensuring that children's physical and emotional needs are being met during the daytime can increase the likelihood of attaining adequate sleep duration. All right. So now we're going to move back and focus again on physical activity. And we know movement is medicine. Physical activity is medicine. I want to explain to you how well of medicine it is. It's one of my favorite papers. It's a great study by Peterson and Salton in 2015. It's called Exercise as Medicine. Evidence for prescribing exercise as therapy in 26 different chronic diseases. This is the Scandinavian Journal of Medicine and Science and Sports. And here's the thing. It has psychiatric diseases leading the race here when it talks about it because it benefits depression, anxiety, stress, and even schizophrenia. But then it goes on to talk about 3 neurological diseases, 6 metabolic diseases, there are cardiovascular diseases, pulmonary diseases, musculoskeletal diseases, and even cancers that we know that physical activity supports and helps. And let's be honest. We talked about well-being, and part of well-being is our health. And if we know that there is a dose-dependent amount of physical activity that helps with things in our life, because we can be sick and have wellness. Why? Because it is a personal journey for betterment. And that is through physical activity, and that is through the emotional, social, and health. And so we know that health takes its toll on us emotionally when it's bad. And you also know people who are in great and stronger social networks because of a pathology they have, because of their diabetes or their heart disease or their cancer. And they somehow become stronger. But if we can use physical activity to help with those things, then that helps our betterment of life along the personal journey that we all have. And I speak to that for somebody who was diagnosed several years ago with type 2 diabetes. And my physical activity journey, even though I've been in the fitness industry for 20 years, I use my exercise time as my me time, as my mental break time, as my emotional well-being time. But I do what I love. And sometimes I work out with people and I don't do what I love, but I love who I do it with. And afterwards, I'm just proud of the accomplishment. It's not that I enjoyed it necessarily doing it, but I enjoyed doing something with somebody and I was proud of what I did when it was over. It's not something that I long for when it's time for me to work out on my own. I don't do those crazy exercises, but I do what feels right for me, that works for me, that keeps me coming back. So we talk as one of the objectives here in this particular talk, which is finding the sweet spot for your current activity threshold. So I have 2 quotes for you, and I use these 2 quotes all the time. These are my quotes that I give. These are my things that I give to people. One is, do what you can, not what you can't. And there are a lot of people out there that say, well, if I can't do this, if I can't do the 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity, or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity physical activity a week, if I can't do all of that, then I will do none of it. And I say it a little bit of, do what you can, not what you can't. And my second quote is, a little bit of something's better than a whole lot of nothing. There's also a great book that I love so much by Daniel Lieberman called Exercised. And in that, he points out that the people who are not involved in physical activity at all reap the greatest amount of benefit from the least amount of increased physical activity. And I think that that's really important to point out, that you don't have to do as much as that person does. And that person runs 20 miles on the weekend, great. But if you do 20 minutes of moderate intensity brisk walks with your dog, for you, that may be more beneficial than that person going out and running the 20 miles. Why? Because that's where you are. So we're going to use this, and we're going to start to build these small wins, which we've talked about in the previous session, right? The small wins. And not only are we going to look for these small wins, but we are going to celebrate them. Celebrate the win, celebrate the accomplishment, celebrate the movement. Find your joy in movement and joy in the accomplishment of physical task, and then get others involved in your celebration, and avoid sharing these goals and these ideas, this movement plan that we're creating. Avoid sharing those with people who are going to poo-poo on your efforts, because there are people out there that just want you to be more like them by not doing anything. I don't engage in physical activity, and now that you're starting to do something for your betterment, you're starting to make progress, and I'm not willing to do that. And so a lot of times I will try to keep you from progressing. Be here with me. So maybe avoid sharing your movement plan with those who are going to look down on your efforts or try to stymie your efforts, and share with the people who want this for you, and let them celebrate you when you make those small wins, because some people truly want you to progress. I'm one of those people. Shoot me a DM on Instagram or something where I'm most active. I will celebrate with you. I'm going to send you the most joyous emojis, and we are going to celebrate that you've done something. So don't commiserate with the people that are drawing you down. It is time to elevate and pick yourself up. And with each elevation and each celebration and each small win and accomplishment and completed task, you build resilience and you start to form habits. And these small habits build into bigger, stronger habits. And they make change in your movement, and those movements make change in your mental well-being. In fact, Barbara Fredrickson, who's a researcher, I absolutely love her content. She does a lot in the realm of positive psychology, calls these small wins, she calls them broadening and building. So not only do you build yourself in a few areas like movement, but those wins broaden outside and beyond movement. They build into different aspects of one's life to create positive change. This is also known not just as broadening and building, but also as upward spirals. And we've all heard of downward spirals. We've participated and been involved with some downward spirals. My diagnosis with type 2 diabetes, as somebody who'd been working in the fitness industry for 16 years at the time, that hurt. That brought me down a few notches. That sent me to a little downward spiral. but you make a plan and you find people who love and support you and that are there for you. And you work with your physicians and you work with your physical health team to build those upward spirals, to broaden and build. And the last thing it talked about for this as an objective is making a flexible plan for moving more throughout the day. And so I say that, this, don't beat up on yourself if you didn't do everything that you said you wanted to do. Set your goals and work towards them. But I ask all of you to move and to create positive associations and positive emotions through a positive movement experience. Because here's the thing, if you don't have positive experiences with physical activity, then it's going to put you in a bad emotional physical space. But I believe it was Anthony Robbins in Awaken the Giant Within. He had a section on motion is emotion. And so your movement can create a bad emotion for you, depending on what that means for you. And it can create an elating emotion. Hence, all those people I talked about in the very beginning of the session, who you're like, oh my gosh, here they're going to talk about all day at this dinner party is their exercise routine. Why? Because they have such strong positive connections with that. Find a positive movement experience for yourself. Try the upcoming cardio class that was mentioned that's going to be taking place in just a few minutes after the session. Like, try it. If it works for you, fantastic. Connect, engage in that more, do more of that. If it doesn't work for you, find something that does. I'll tell you a story. I years ago dated somebody that was a cycling instructor, and I was fit, I was in good shape, but I had never done a cycling class. And so I went into that class, and it was a 45-minute class, and I was keeping up with everybody. And I'm the trainer in the gym, and as the top guy, everybody knew who I was. So I'm doing the cycling class and I'm thinking, man, this has got to be over soon. I'm exhausted. Literally, promise you, I looked up, saw the clock. We were 8 minutes into it. We were just past the warm up. I was like, nope, no, this is horrible. It was over a year before I ever went back to a cycling class. But when I went back, I decided that I was going to take control of it and I was going to do what worked for me. And so I brought in my water, and when the cycling instructor, I kind of sat in the back because I didn't want to distract everybody else. And the cycling instructor said, get up out of your seats and move, pedal. And I was like, I don't feel like it. I'm just going to stay in my seat and pedal and turn it up 2 full notches. And you just turned it up a couple of little squiggles, little squiggle turn up. And that's what I did until I got better. And I did more classes that worked for me, the way that it worked for me. And then eventually I was up there doing class with everybody at the intensity, at the speed that they were working at. Why? Because I was like, I'm not going to let my ego get in the way. I'm not going to let my hurt emotions and my bad relationship with this movement get in the way. And I'm going to do what I can, not what I can't. And I'm going to do a little bit of something, because it's better than a whole lot of nothing. All right, check out the class that's coming up next. Go to that cardio class. Thank you for your time. My name is Ritchie. You can hear more from me about exercise, primarily for fitness professionals, called the NASM CPT podcast with Ritchie. Inspire yourself, work towards those small wins, and build your upward spirals. Thank you.
Rick, thank you so much for your time and your genius and your passion and just sharing your heart. It's just comes through so strong. I love what you shared. Essentially, just people to connect in with yourself, to find out what works for you, rediscover yourself in this whole process over the 10 days and what works for you. Just move, find your positive movement experience, find your tribe, celebrate your wins, drive in the upward spirals. And I love your take-home messages there. Do what you can, not what you can't. And a little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. So, Rick, thank you so much for being here, inspiring us all today.
Thank you, Matt.
We really appreciate your genius in sharing that with us. Okay, we're going to switch gears now. For those who are already into this next session, we have Emma Masters, who is the owner of Therapy from the Gold Coast, Australia, therapy.com.au if you want to join along. She is here to give us a workout that is going to take this to a whole new level. And Emma, thank you so much for sharing this with us. So if you are ready and inspired by Rick's last talk just right now, please get somewhere comfortable. Hope you got your shoes on. You knew it was coming. This is the time to get moving. And on what Rick just said there, just try it. Get in there, do what you can. Maybe you can't be as intense as what Emma's doing in their sessions, but there's plenty of opportunities for additional workouts. Just do what you can. Start slow, take it easy. It's probably in the privacy of your own home. Just do it, just move, just get into this. And today we're celebrating all of our physical health pillars with exercise at the forefront right now. So without any further ado, I'm going to hand over to Emma, and she's just going to jump straight into workout right now. So thank you all for being here, and we'll see you in the room.
Let's get moving. Superset block. Remember, 1 minute of work with 2 exercises, then a short 10-second recovery before we hit up 2 more minutes, just the same. It's short, it's sharp, it's explosive, it's designed to get your heart rate through the roof. Let's get moving. Our first exercise is a squat jack. Bring the legs together, touch the ground, go again. Are you ready? Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, squat jack. Alternate the hand touching the ground, and if you're not jumping, remember, Ellie's hitting you up with those modifications. First 30 seconds, I want you to feel like that 6 out of 10 effort, remember? So light on the toes, gently touching the ground, keeping that chest open and wide so that we can breathe. Nice, keep those eyes up and those spines nice and flat. Good, in 5 seconds, we take it to that 10 out of 10 effort. High knees, running. 3, 2, 1, go. I want you to drive your arms so you can pump those legs as high as you can above that hip height. So if I was to cheekily put my hand out here, G's gonna try and touch my hands with his knees. Nice job. If you don't want to run it today, you're gonna take a nice cross crawl with Ellie. Either way, let's see if we can get that heart rate up just 1 more %. Go, run. Go, go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe, 10 seconds. Nice job. All right, we want to go down to the ground in a plank position. Hands underneath the shoulders, feet straight out or on the knees with Ellie. Let's take shoulder taps. Right arm, then left arm. You might want to take your legs a little wider to find that stability so that we're not rocking side to side through our hips. Notice how G's hips aren't moving at all. That's exactly what we want. If you need to take your legs wider for that, that is a-okay. Ellie's looking amazing on her knees, doing the same movement, still finding that stability through the core. Good job, guys. In 5 seconds, we're gonna pick it up with mountain climbers. So we can stay right where we are and start to draw those knees up as fast as we can towards opposite elbow. If you want to take it slower, you can do that with Ellie, nice and controlled, still targeting those abs. But if you want that heart rate spike, I want you to go as fast as you can for these last 12 seconds. Go as fast as you can, G, go. Make sure you're breathing. Hips are down, bellies are squeezing. Go, go, 3, 2, 1. Breathe. Yeah. 1 more minute, 2 exercises. We have got our stars. They're half overhead stars. Hands up, go out and in. Hands directly up above our head. We're breathing, we're at that 6 out of 10 light on those toes again. Remember, you don't want to jump, you rock it with Ellie. Nice work, girl. All right, in 15 seconds, you know what we need to do. We need to take this moment where we can breathe, where we can chat, and take it to a place where we can't talk at all, breathless. Ready? 3, 2, we're going for power jacks. We go out, in, out, in. I want you to breathe out as you explode the arms out and the legs go to the side. Breathe in fast as you bring the knees in. You shouldn't be able to talk, you should barely be able to get breath out. Big inhalations, big explosive exhalations. I want you to give me 10 more seconds. Go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Excellent effort. Killing it. Whew. All right, catch that breath. Sometimes when you're super breathless, it might feel good to even take the hands above the heads. Get that air into your lungs, into your belly. Feel that heart rate start to drop. You're okay, we've got you. Whew. This is how you get fit fast. All right, you know the moves now. You know what to do. It's taking those progressions, those moments of discomfort where you need to make sure that you are progressing each and every time you hit this up. So let's do it again. It's 3 minutes, then that full minute of recovery comes at you. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, let's get that countdown on for those squat jacks. Set it up. We go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squat jack, in touch. Nice. Chest is open, shoulders are back, light on your toes. What do you reckon? You can give me a little smile, team? Make those people at home smile too. We love it, really. In 10 seconds, we go for those fast, explosive high knees or cross crawling with Ellie. In 4, 3, 2, 1, high knees, go. Drive the arms, drive the knees high. Stay light on the toes. Move those arms to pump your body. Good. You've only got 18 seconds. I need you to drive just 1% faster and harder. That's all I'm asking. Spike that heart rate just a little more. You've got 8. Go G. All the way. Nice Ellie. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Breathe. Nice job. Little fist bump, I reckon. All right, ready to get down on the ground for those nice shoulder taps. Set it up, hands under shoulders. Go, shoulder tap. Now, I know you're breathless. This is a moment for the breathing to stabilize slightly and you focus on that balance, that stabilization through the body. So make sure you're controlling that breathing as you squeeze everything you feel nice and tight. Butt, abs, quads, squeeze them in. Find that stability. You've got 5 more seconds because then we're ready to explode. Ready? Mountain climbers in 3, 2, 1, go. I know it's tough, but the more you get resilient in this space, the more you're resilient out there when things that are hard come toward you. So as it gets tough in this workout, I want you to see if you can just push yourself for 5 reps more and see what happens. 10 seconds, let's go. Drive those knees up high. Come on. You've got 3, 2, 1. Hold. Woo. All right. 1 more minute. Full minute of recovery. Jump up. Overhead half stars. Hands up. Go. Out in. Light on those toes. Let that sweat drip. Right now that sweat should be cascading to the floor. You've earned it. Remember, this time is time to mentally prepare. Light, 6 out of 10. Ready to go that full explosive, amazing effort. Ready? Power jacks. In 3, 2, 1, go. I want you to hit this team harder than you ever have. Find a new place to go with that energy and take it all the way. Come on, I believe in you. Low to high, big explosive limbs, legs and arms. You got 10 seconds. Finish it. 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Block, done. Let's get moving on our superset block. Remember, we have 1 minute of work, 2 exercises with changing intensity. First 30 seconds, we want to be sitting around a 60% effort, and then we want to blast off 110%. We have a short 10-second recovery, and then we get to do it twice more. I'll explain the exercises as we go. Ready, crew? All right, let's do it. Our first exercise is a squat chop. We imagine we've got a big axe in our hands. We go diagonally across the body as we squat down. First 30 seconds coming at you in 5, 4, 3, 2, set it up. Let's go. Squat and chop. What we want to do is reach up nice and high to the diagonal, sit back in that squat, hips low, and chop that axe across the body. Nice work. I want you to keep going with this for 15 more seconds, reaching high and then chopping low. Really sit down in that squat and make sure you're feeling the glutes and the legs as well as the obliques as we chop across the body. You got 5 more seconds. We're going to take that intensity up with a hammer blow. Are you ready? Hands up and drop, jump high and chop. Good. Now we want to get as high as we can, jump high and then smash the floor with that axe. I want you to imagine you really have something heavy in your hands, so you lift and chop with intensity. If you don't want to jump today, you can just rise up onto the tiptoes with Ellie. You got 8 more seconds. Give it a massive smash one more time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, team. Rest there. All right, we're going to drop down to the ground. Plank position, hands under shoulders, legs nice and long. We're going to take our plank steps. We're going to take a leg out to the front and then out to the side. Good. Out to the front and out to the side. Very nice. Keeping those bellies in strong. One straight line from your head to your tailbone. Good. Push the ground away. Very nice. Oh, squeeze those abdominals in nice and tight. You've only got 7 more seconds. All right. Are you ready for some straddle jumps? G-U-N. Ellie is going to step it. Let's go. Jump to the front foot, jump it back. Jump to the side foot, jump it back. If you're with Ellie, you're going to step the same movement, but I want you to try and get that outside foot as close to the hand as possible. Good, big jumps, finding that range of movement through the hips. Very nice, crew. Big jumps all the way to the end. You got 8, 7. Give me at least 1 more. 3, 2, 1. Rest there, breathe. Good job. Jumping up, we got fast feet. Legs wide, soft knees, fast as you can on those toes. 3, 2, 1, go. So remember, we've got that 60% intensity here, so we don't go all out. Stop for the feet, hands are up, chest is open. Good job. Now take a deep breath, all the way into the belly. Let it go. Because coming up in 15 seconds, we hit that 110% intensity. All right, start to move your fast feet over to the side of the room. When I call, you're gonna drop to the ground. Ready? 3, 2, 1, drop. Stand back up, fast feet. That's it, that's all you gotta do on my call. Ready? Drop. Ha. You'll see we're all taking varied intensity levels. Drop. I'm staying up on my hands. G's chest to ground, Ellie steps. Your choice. 10 more seconds. Drop. Ha. I reckon we got 1 more. Drop. Yeah. 3, 2, time. Good job, you got a minute recovery. Nice deep breath in, all the way to the belly, and back out. Whew. Good work. All right, this minute is for the heart rate to come down, the intensity to drop just a little, and then we get to do it all again. Remembering in those plank chops, we need to change direction. So the squat looks the same, but this time the hands are up to the opposite diagonal across the body. Other than that, you should be good to go. Remember, we want to feel that change in intensity from our first exercise to our second exercise within the minute. So really feel that switch go off as we hit that second exercise. Are you ready to do it? All right. Take a deep breath, shake it out. Find your squat position, heels just outside hips. Chest is tall. We go in 5, 4, 3, set it up, 2, 1, squat chop. Up and across. Good, sinking those hips back even deeper this round. Squeezing that belly button back to the spine. Make sure you're breathing. Maybe a nice big long exhale as you chop down. Inhale as you reach up. Good. Let that breath open the chest and get that air in. You've got 7 more seconds. We're going to hit that slam. Are you ready? Big hammer blows in 3, 2, 1. Take it up, slam, up, slam. You got 23 seconds on this, and then you get a recovery. So earn it. Breathe as you move. You got 12 seconds. 8, 7, come on, all the way. 4, 3, 2, time. All right, next round. 30 seconds of squat chops coming at you. So set it up, heels outside hips, hands nice and high, are going diagonally across the body, the opposite direction this time. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Chop and lift, chop and lift. Let's see if this time you can send those hips down and back a little lower. Can you focus on driving your knees out toward your baby toes and then driving that axe hard across the body? I want you to throw that axe from top corner to bottom corner. You got 8 more seconds to get a little aggressive. Nice. Now in 5 seconds, we've got that hammer blow. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, lift it, blow, lift, blow. Good. Now, I want you to try and get as high as you can in the jump and then slam that axe down toward the ground. It's your chance to let off a little aggression, a little energy. So take the chance and do it strong. Good job. You've got 10 more seconds. I want you to go as hard as you can. All the way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice work. 10 seconds, we're down on the ground. Boom. Let's do it. Plank taps, hands under shoulders, legs straight out, right leg comes first. Let's do it. Out and out. Now really maintain that strong plank position, just like Ellie. Yep. Belly button is lifting back to spine, hips aren't dropping, and she's pushing the ground away, so our arms remain super strong, super straight. If that's all you got today, that's cool. But if you can take those small steps out, you're gonna strengthen that core even more. You've got 5 more seconds and then we're into those straddles. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Out to the side and back. Out to the side and back. It doesn't matter if you can't have the same range of motion and get the foot as high. I just want you to give it a go. Big jump to the side, front foot leads, hands stay gluing the ground, pushing it away. You got 10 more seconds. Let's do it. Nice work. 4, 3, 2, time. Woo. Breathe. All right, fast feet. Are you ready? Set it up. Legs wide, hands out, drop into the knees, go. Fast feet. 60% effort. Save something in the tank. I want that something in the tank for your final 30 seconds. Open the chest. Breathe. Yeah. 15 seconds, we're gonna take it to the side. We're gonna not stop moving those feet, not once. That's your challenge. Ready? In 5, 4, move it to the side. Ready, set, drop. Hop, up, fast feet. Drop. Remember your options with me, G or Ellie. Drop. Again, fast feet. Drop. Again, you've only got 12 seconds. I know you can stay with us. Drop. One more. Ready? Drop. Fast feet. 3, 2, 1. Time. Block done. Let's get going on our superset block. Remember, it is 2 exercises, 1 minute of work, and then we have a short 10-second recovery before we go again twice more. I'm going to explain the exercises as we go, but remember that change of intensity from the first 30 to the second 30. We want to see a distinct change between around a 6 out of 10 effort to a full 12, yeah, that's right, 12 out of 10 effort. Are you ready? All right, we're ready, you're ready. Our first exercise is a squat hold. So set those heels just outside the hips, toes slightly turned out. We're going to drop into that squat in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, drop and hold. So we're here for 30 seconds, my friends, so get comfy. Shoulders are back, chest is open, butt is down and back, and we're looking for a range to take those hips almost down to the knee crease if you've got it. Now think about driving those knees out towards the little toes, and try not to let that spine slouch forward. Instead, think about opening up as high and as tall as you can through that chest. Good, you've only got 5 more seconds. You're gonna stay low though. We're gonna up that intensity. It's called a jockey squat. I want you to gallop on those feet. Up and down, up and down. Good. Try and stay low. This little minute here is your ultimate challenge, right? See if we don't open up and extend through those knees through the whole thing. If you need to take a rest, you take it, but then you drop straight back down. Good work. You got 10 more seconds. I know you can hold on. You got 7, 6. Good work. 4, 3, 2. Shake it out. 10 seconds. Nice work. Take it to the end of the mat. We're going to do a walkout, then jump our feet to match our hands, and then run it back. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Walk it out, jump the feet to the hands, and then run it back. Good, do it again. Walk it out, jump the feet forward, run it back. Good, every time you jump those feet forward, I want you to think about landing in that squat position before taking a jog to the back of your mat. If you've got more room today, maybe find a little extra movement, a little further on the run. Good work, you've got 8 more seconds. Keep it coming. Good, you've got 3, 2, 1. I want you to stay on your knees. You're gonna fall forward into a push-up, drop the chest to the ground, and then push yourself back, and then go again. Drop, push, and then go again. Now what you're trying to do here is squeeze the glutes, squeeze the belly, and stay strong through the midsection as you drop down, catching yourself in that nice, deep push-up position, elbows close to the ribs. If you can't do the push-up, crawl it back. Give me 1 more. 3, 2, 1. Nice. 10 seconds. Stay on all fours. We're taking a bear crawl. Quadruped position, end of the mat. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, lift. Now we're going to walk forward just like a bear. Opposite foot to hand. The aim of the game though is not to rush this. It is to take slow, controlled steps, making sure that abs are switched on. I want you to try and imagine that you've got a small breakable item on the back of your low back and see if you can't move it. That means you need to keep those hips nice and stable, just like G. Nice job. You've got 5 more seconds and then we've got an ape walk to finish. Intensity goes up. Are you ready? Start at the end of your mat. Let's do it. Hands come to the ground, feet meet the hands. Give me 2, turn around, go again. Let's go. Turn it around, go again. Turn around. You've got 15 seconds to get as many of these out as you can. Go, go. Come on, 8 more seconds. All the way to the finish line. Give me 2 more. And time. Good work. Minute recovery. Take some deep breaths into the belly, back out. Take yourself a drink, a towel down, whatever you need to do. Nice work, crew. All right, it's always at this point we consider how much energy we put into that first set and how much energy we think we could put into the second. So if you're feeling good, like you've got something left in the tank, I invite you to bring something a little extra to this next round. So make those decisions carefully and get ready to go again. All right, let's get to it. Our first 30 seconds is in that squat hold. Set it up. We go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop. Woo. We know what's coming this time, right? Always makes it a little bit more challenging. Now remember, if you reached your limit in that first set and you're looking for ways to regress, Look at the modifications with Ellie. I'll point them out as we go, but always go technique first before pushing yourself too far that you lose that amazing technique and ability. You've got 8 more seconds. How about you join me in going 1 centimeter deeper? Oh yeah, you can. 3, 2, ready? Jockey squat, small gallops. This kind of makes me feel like I want to do this, right? It's a bit Gangnam style. I love it. Makes the time go quicker too, I reckon. If you smile, give it a go. All right, get a little deeper. I know you want to come up, but it's mind over matter. Prove yourself wrong. You got 12 seconds. Woo! Come on, legs of fire, quads are burning. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, my quads. All right, let's do that walkout to squat to run back. Take a deep breath. 3, 2, 1, go. Walk it out. Jump it forward, or if you're with Ellie, you're gonna step it forward. Do it again. Run it back. Get light on those toes. Try and keep moving throughout this entire 30 seconds, no stopping, even if it means you have to slow it down. Jump, take it back. Good work. Again, jump, light on the toes. 5 more seconds. Give me 1 more. Pop. All right, ready? Down on the knees. Drop, push up. Drop it, push it, take it back up. Walking those hands with Ellie, if that's what you need to do. Squeeze into the muscles of the mid-back. Try not to take your shoulders up. Good, squeezing those glutes, squeezing those bellies, especially on the way up. Good, you got 8 more seconds. Woo, give me 1 more. 3, 2, time. 10 seconds. 1 more minute. We've got it, team. How are we feeling? You're looking so good. All right, bear crawl. Set it up, quadruped. Go. Crawl, crawl. Take it back. Really watching for those hips, guys. What I don't want to see are the hips rocking forward and back as you crawl through that bear position. It's going to take slowing it down and squeezing the abs tight to stabilize those hips. Really good. Try 1 more lap for me for 5, 4, nice work guys, 3, 2, set it up for your apes. Go. Last 30 seconds, high intensity, high heart rate. Don't stop moving. I want you to stay with us. You got 15 seconds of fun all the way to the finish line. If you don't push anything today, push this. Try something new. You got 1 more lap in you. Come on, 4 seconds. And time. Block, done. Woo. Yeah. Let's get moving on our AMRAP block, abdominal focus. So we've got 3 exercises, 6 repetitions of each, as many times through as you can in 90 seconds. You get to count the rounds and reps because after a 30-second recovery, you get to do it all again and see if you can at least match, if not beat, the rounds and reps from the first go. Are you ready, G? All right, let's get working that core. We're gonna start on the mat, on your back, legs in tabletop position for a crunch. The rest I'll explain as we go. 6 repetitions, hands by the temples. Whew, open that chest, open the elbows wide. We go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6 crunches. Tuck the chin like there's an orange between the chin and the chest. Crunching up, sliding those ribs down towards the belly. Once you've done 6 of those, you can extend one leg, the other one out nice and straight, holding onto the calf for your scissor kicks. You change 6 times. Once you've done 6 of those, we go into a reverse crunch. We take the legs to the sky, and then you can either take the legs straight out or take the regression with me, knees bent, toes to the floor. Once you've done 6 of those, guess what? You're starting again in that crunch position. Legs in tabletops, hands by temples, 6 crunches. When you take your crunch, I really want you to think about dropping that rib cage downwards, connecting it to the abdominals, scooping in the lower belly and keeping that back flat to the floor. Don't forget to breathe as you're doing these. It's very tempting to hold the breath as well. Are you breathing, G? He's breathing. When we take those reverse crunches, make sure those toes are going all the way to the sky, just lifting the lower back from the floor. And then, as I said, either taking those legs straight out like G or tapping those toes to the ground as a slight regression. We keep filtering through this for 20 more seconds. So wherever you're at in those 3 exercises, just keep moving. Nice work, G. Really good. All right, let's hit up those scissor kicks. One leg in the sky, flipping it over. Good. Doesn't matter how low that leg goes, but just give me 4 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. 30 seconds of recovery. Nice work, dude. Boom. How many did you get? 3 rounds. 3 and a bit. All right. So wherever you got to, I want you to see if you can at least match, or if you've got a couple more reps in you, beat it. Getting ready, legs in tabletop in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Last 90 seconds, trying to match or beat the reps from the last. Keep those elbows wide. Once you've done 6 beautiful crunches, take those scissor kicks. Lift the chest off, grabbing at the calf, maybe lower on the leg if it's not there. Once you've done 6, into those reverse crunches. Remember, the option is there to take those legs straight out with G or toes to the floor with me. Once you've done the 6, you're going to start again with those crunches. Now remember, it's only a minute left of work. I know the abs are tired, but we can keep pushing through as long as you just feel it in the abs. If at any point you feel that low back come off of the mat and you start to feel any pressure in the back body, regress the movement. I would much rather you do it correctly and to full effect than trying to progress the movement and feeling any discomfort anywhere we don't want it. You've got 40 seconds. Keep pushing through. Those are great reverse crunches. Oh, we're back to the start with those beautiful crunches with legs in tabletop, 90 degrees through those legs. Nice, G. Scissor kicks, leg extending out, keeping that chest off the ground. Good. And then those reverse crunches, 6 of them. Looking strong, G. How are we going at home? You got 15 seconds. I invite you just to pick up the pace or maintain it. Hold on strong for 10 more seconds. All the way. Good job. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. How did we go? G, beat it? Yep. Beat it. Boom. Well done. Block done.
Well, welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your session. If you're still in your workout gear, dripping with sweat, this is the wrap for today. Thank you so much for dialing in. Today, again, was day 2 of the Global Wellness Challenge. Yesterday, for our World Mental Health Day Summit, we had an incredible day with the likes of Deepak Chopra, Dalai Lama, Dr. Jane Goodall, amazing conversations with founders of Unify and Shay, exploring all the reasons why we're here, doing what we do to support you on your mental health journey in whatever way that looks for you. So today's all about physical health pillars to support your mental health. We hope that you get to take some time to dive into your sleep, your activity, nutrition, have some small little wins there, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow, which is all around mental well-being, around stress and resilience. We'll see you for 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, Pacific time, USA. Until then, have a great rest of your day and evening, and thank you for